40% of their starting rotation. So who fills those holes? We'll go down to the field and join Jen Mueller. Shed some light on this for us, Jen.
Well, I wish I had a little bit more light, but it seems like for the first time this season, the Mariners have a little bit of unrest in their starting rotation. We know that Felix Hernandez will pitch tomorrow. After that, it is still a question mark on the pitching probables. The Mariners do have a little bit of a scheduling quirk in August, though, that should help. They don't play a single game on a Thursday, which works to their advantage, according to pitching coach Carl Willis.
What that's going to do is allow us to both give a break to some guys, give an extra day. We're going to give Michael Pineda an extra day and push him to the back, so he's going to pitch again on the 9th. So, it keeps Felix, it keeps Vargas, on schedule. And, we'll kind of play it by ear. Charlie Furbush is a guy that, as this trade came about, historically he's been a starter, started throughout his collegiate career, and up until his call-up to the major leagues in Detroit this year had started in the minor leagues. So he's someone that we want to look at in a starting role, so it's going to allow us to transition him into the rotation and get a good idea of exactly what he is.
For tonight, it's up to Blake Bevan to get the job done against the A's. He's thrown 4 quality starts in each of his outings with the M's. First pitch is just around the corner here on Root Sports.
Check out the view from Kerry Park at Queen Anne Hill. It's one of the best urban looks in America as you look at the Space Needle and downtown Seattle on a Chamber of Commerce. Oh, my God, what a perfect day. We got a beauty here tonight for baseball. It's the Mariners taking on the Oakland Athletics, the hottest team, one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. The Mariners trying to get things going. Glad you could join us, everybody. Dave Sims along with Mike Blowers and the Root Sports crew. Let's take a look at the A's starting lineup.
And for Bob Melvin in the A's, Weeks leading things off in his Chris Matsui, a 9-game hitting streak for him, hitting over 500 during that streak. Willingham, Sweeney, Jackson, Pennington, Suzuki, and Sizemore will hit 9th.
So we are ready to go. Blake Bevan into the line. Pitch to Jemile Weeks. Is down low for a ball. Mike Malinsky is the home plate umpire. Mike Winters at first, Mike Everett at second, and Chris Guccione at third. Strike to Weeks, hitting .302. Since being called up. Younger brother of Ricky Weeks now on the DL. Milwaukee Brewers. Bevin's been impressive, throwing strikes, showing a lot of poise for a youngster.
He has. I really was impressed with him in his outing in Fenway. It was a tough place to pitch. The Red Sox were on fire, and he came out and really dominated a good part of that game.
Off his left leg, Figgins will hold on, base hit for Weeks.
The A's have been swinging the bats much better. Weeks a big part of that. We had a chance to see him right before the All-Star break when the Mariners were in Oakland. And he has impressed them from the time that he has shown up. Now we're going to have Eric Wedge, Rob Nodine, the trainer, go out and take a look at Blake Bevan. See where the ball hit him and make sure he's going to be okay. Looks like it hit him on the inside of his ankle. Let's take a look at it from Weeks. One hopper back up the middle. Yeah, right off the ankle. That'll sting. He'll end up with a bruise there.
.74 perfect degrees. Wind out of the west at 2. Bevan's going to throw a couple. He's going to be fine. Check out the check out the Mariner defense for tonight.
Defense playing behind Blake Bevan tonight. In left field, it'll be Casper Wells. Gutierrez in center. Ichiro is out and right. On the infield, Figgins gets to start at third base. Ryan and Ackley up the middle. Adam Kennedy will start at first base tonight. Miguel Olivo behind the plate. And it looks like Blake Bevan is just fine.
Good news. Playing I'm All Right by Kenny Loggins from Caddyshack, of course.
Numbers against the Red Sox. He had to give up 3 earned runs in 6 2/3 innings, 104 pitches for him. No walks. That was a big key in that outing. 4 strikeouts for Blake Bevan.
Blake Bevan coming over the Cliff Lee deals. You look at Coco Crisp. Crisp having a year, leading the ball club in runs, hits, total bases, doubles, triples, and stolen bases.
He's tied for first in the American League in stolen bases. Because some of the other guys are swinging the bat better, which is Matsui more than anybody, hitting third now. When we were in Oakland, Crisp was having to hit third because they were struggling mightily to score runs. Typically a leadoff hitter, and now with Jamal Weeks up, they hit him second.
Last time the Mariners saw these A's, July 4, 5, and 6 down in Oakland. Mariners took 2 out of 3. And a victory on July 5th, as you look at Bob Melvin, who took over not too long ago, right before the Mariners went in there. He's got this thing turned around to an extent here for the Athletics. Mariners had a win on July 5 and then didn't win again until the Yankee series last week on the 27th. 22 days without a win.
Blake topping out at 91 miles an hour here in the first inning. Breaking ball at 75.
Higgins in on the grass at third, line drive with Weeks moving. And he'll get the third easily. Base hit for Crisp. Ryan was going over to cover, and the ball sliced over his head.
Inside out swing from Coco Crisp. And with Weeks on the move, he has it right in front of him. The play's in front of him. He makes it to third easily. The Mariners and Blake Bevan in a little bit of trouble here to start the game. A's hottest hitter coming to the plate.
Hideki Matsui.
9-game hitting streak, hitting .528 with 5 doubles and a couple of home runs during that streak.
That's a heck of a run he's on.
he's hitting 255 coming into the game. I think when we were in
205.
Oakland, he was at 205.
Yep. Talking to Bob Melvin before the game, he said everybody's hitting in the lineup, but this guy is really carrying a bulk of the productivity since these two teams last met. Crisp, a dynamic base stealer. He's pretty fearless, sort of like what we saw in Toronto. Rajai Davis had some big stolen bases.
Coco's going to try to steal it. He usually doesn't wait around. First couple of pitches, he's going to take off.
Yeah, we've seen that last few times against these ball clubs. And Walensky says Matsui went around for the strike. 0-1.
And I'm sure Coco has the green light to run when he wants to. Every now and then the manager can stop him. That might be the case here. You have a left-handed hitter. A lot of times they'll want to hold that runner at first to keep the hole open on the right side of the infield. Nobody out.
Blake Bevan in a pickle here. Hot hitter, 2 men on, nobody out. Here's where Matsui ranks in the big leagues since June 17th. Very impressive. 209 before the break. 255. Two pitch. Nice play by Figgins. Does he get the runner? No. Everybody's safe. Bases loaded. Figgins was in a quandary. Thought he had a chance to get Weeks. And everybody's safe.
It's to his backhand side. The easiest play is to go home if the runner takes off. And out of the corner of his eye, he sees Weeks make a move to home. And I think that's where he thought he was going to. And once he commits to go, no chance to get Matsui. And Weeks is able to dive back in safely. And score that a base hit.
So that loads him up for the only double-figure home run producer on this ball club, Josh Willingham. He's got 15. Matsui second with 9. Ball 1 to Josh.
Willingham, one of the A's players that a lot of people thought would get moved before the deadline, a right-handed hitter with some power.
They were talking about Pittsburgh being a possible destination. Pittsburgh picked up Derek Lee. And that's in there for strike 1-1.
I thought he might be a good fit for a team like Atlanta.
That was another team. They went out and got Michael Bourne from Houston. Ball and 2 strikes now. Willingham. Bases loaded. Nobody out. First inning here at Safeco Field. Bevan facing the Athletics for the first time. Two and 2.
Already 14 pitches for Blake. I think he and Eric Wedge and the Mariners would take a double play ball, give up a run to get 2 outs right here early in the game. Try to stay away from a big inning.
2-2 pitch. Loper, Kennedy gives chase, can't get it. A little different from the last start for Mr. Bevan. That was up in Boston, July 23rd. Gave up a double to Pedroia, but then struck out Gonzalez and Euclid to get out of trouble this time. He's got the bases loaded with cleanup man Josh Willingham up there. 2-2. Tried to work the inside corner and missed. Full count.
Just off the plate inside.
Ryan Sweeney's on deck. Payoff to Willingham. Take strike 3 call. A big one for Blake Bevan. 1 out with the bases loaded.
Doubles up inside. Take a look at it. Miguel Olivo sets up back inside, similar to the pitch before that was called a ball. But he gets the call this time. Stayed in there consistently.
Double play gets him out of it. See if he can get it from Ryan Sweeney. 1. Sweeney, a .293 hitter with 1 home run. 16 batted in. 333 since the All-Star break. 11 for 33 for Bob Melvin. Took over from Bob Garrett.
Thought Sweeney would be an everyday outfielder for the A's in right or left field, but the additions of De Jesus and Willingham, he ended up losing his job. De Jesus has struggled this year, hitting .225.
Sweeney was always a guy who could go get it. Good arm, but he's, his hitting fell off. Here's the 0-2. No play for Figgins. As you mentioned, De Jesus down to .225. Opened a door for Sweeney, who's picked it up since we last saw this ball club.
Hitting .293.
He gave away the ball. How about that? That's rare. Oh, and 2.
The big thing with Sweeney when they first acquired him, because he's 6'3", 6'4" in that area, I think they expected him to hit for more power, and that just has not happened. He has 181 at bats this year, just 1 home run, 9 doubles.
Oh, 2 to Sweeney. Down the line, foul. It's played by the ball girl. Got it on the fly. Well done. Boy, that's where you want to be. Sweeney last year, not a home run guy then either. 82 games at .294, 1 homer. The year before, he had 6. 0-2 here. Strike 3 call. So Blake Bevan has battled back to get a couple of called strikeouts. 2 outs now. The base is still loaded.
Goes back inside after pitching him away. Comes back with a 2-seam fastball. Tries to get it to run on the inside corner. According to the tracer, look, maybe that pitch was inside. Sweeney certainly thought so, but Bevan helps himself out. A couple of strikeouts.
There's Connor Jackson, the first baseman. Another of the many hot hitters on this A's ball club since the second half started. They just come off a really nice homestand. 5-2. He went 11 for 27. 407 clip. One and 1.
25 pitches for Blake. He's doing what we've seen since he was called up, throwing strikes. 18 strikes out of the 25 pitches.
Counted 1-1. Once you fence Keep in mind, Jackson Rencick's going to stop by. The general manager of the Mariners will be by in the 4th inning. Talk about the deals he's made over the last 72 hours. 2-1. Now a 3-1 count to counter Jackson.
Cliff Pennington, the shortstop, waiting on deck.
(3-1) to left field. And Casper Wells puts it away. Blake Bevan escapes a bases loaded, no out situation. Couple of called strikeouts and an easy fly out. He gets out of it. Mariners escape some trouble. Top of the first. Now Ichiro will lead things off. Let's take a look at the rest of the Mariner batting order.
Following Ichiro, it'll be Brendan Ryan, Dustin Ackley, Mike Karp, the DH tonight. He will hit cleanup. Kennedy 5th, Olivo, Wells just acquired from the Tigers. He is going to hit 7th. Figgins, and then Gutierrez hits 9th.
So Ichiro against Trevor Cahill. Cahill, regular against the Mariners. Coco Crisp to his right for the first out.
And the defense for the A's in the outfield, Willingham in left, Crisp out in center field. Ryan Sweeney plays right. Sizemore at third, Pennington at shortstop, Jamal Weeks at second base, Connor Jackson the first baseman tonight, and Kurt Suzuki, the veteran, will do the catching. Numbers for Trevor Cahill: ERA to 3.58, 143 innings for him, 107 strikeouts. Opponents averaged 2.46. His ERA took a beating a couple outings ago. He pitched in New York, gave up 10 runs in 2 innings.
Got that 17-7 game, right?
Yeah.
Cahill against the Mariners this year. And 3 starts, 1-0, 2 no decision, an impressive 1.53 ERA. Brendan Ryan.
He is not overpowering. He's going to try to keep the ball on the ground. Has one of the better two-seamers, sinker, that you'll see in the American League. Mariners have to try to see if they can get him to elevate the fastball like that.
Line drive. Should be extra bases for Ryan. And it will be as Ryan Sweeney gets it in. And good for Brendan Ryan. He breaks an 0 for 12. That coming off the heels of his 11-game hitting streak. Comes up with the double here with 1 out in the first inning. And for Ryan, that's his 17th double.
This is just good hitting from Brendan Ryan. He sees a fastball up, again, right at the belt, and hits it hard the other way. When he's swinging well, that's what we saw him in his streak. He was hitting the ball up the middle into right field, and that time he gets a fastball up, out over the plate, and hammers it into the corner.
There's Ackley. Moves the runner up. Pennington throws out Ackley. 2 outs. brings up Mike Carp. Carp said he's so comfortable here this time around, being assured by Eric Wedge he's going to get a lot of playing time. And no stranger in the 4-hole, did a lot of that down at Tacoma, and benefits from the fact that he bats behind Ackley, so he's very comfortable there. He and Ackley talk a lot, obviously, and comforting for him to know he's going to get his 4 ABs as opposed to batting 7, 8, 9 and maybe only getting 3.
And knowing that even if he goes 0 for 3 or 0 for 4, he'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. He doesn't feel like he has to get 2 hits tonight to play tomorrow, which is always a difficult thing to deal with. And when the manager shows confidence in you and says, here you go play, you tend to relax a little bit more, and I think that's the case. He just seems like he just is comfortable and feels like he belongs here, and we've seen that. His batting average up to 282 now.
Been batting in 4-hole his entire career, so it's more of a routine. I know I'm going to get the 4 ABs. Phone's been blowing up, guys. Friends of his from all over the country been watching his progress and glad to see him up here. So he's pretty excited. Let's see, a young guy, getting his chance, and this could be, the launching point for his career.
I think that's the hope, and he has shown that with his recent recall.
Ryan at third with 2 outs. Carp will take a walk. The runners at the corners, 2 outs for Adam Kennedy. Kennedy going against his former team and exchange of pleasantries. Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki says Kennedy's one of his favorite teammates ever. Good guy, leader. We've seen what he's done for this ball club in a role that has been expanded from the time he signed. Here he is batting 5th.
Well, I'm glad that he's still here. There's a lot of rumors about him possibly getting moved. We know that I'm sure a bunch of National League clubs would love to have him as a pinch hitter coming off the bench with his experience and being able to play a number of different positions. But I think with all the young guys on this club, he's one of the guys you'd like to have around on a daily basis to watch him go about his business, how he prepares, what he's thinking about. That's
what Suzuki was talking about. His leadership and been around has been tremendous when he was over at the Oakland Ball Club. He's playing today at first base again. Justin Smoke, as you know, has just not been able to find his stroke. 1-2 to Kennedy. Eric Wedge said he's spoken to Smoke yesterday. Get him away from it mentally and physically. Putting in his work. You can relate to this. Eric Wedge said he's going through what he needs to go through to find out what kind of big leaguer he's going to be.
It's a grind.
1-2. High fly ball. Right center field. Coco Crisp. Boy, he and Sweeney looked at each other a couple, 3 times. That's why they're laughing. Coco came up with the catch. Mariners leave a couple on, no score. After 1 here at Safeco Field. this end. Here's a reminder: you can hold a 9-inning meeting here at Safeco Field this Wednesday. Mariners and the A's get together. 12:40 special start time. U.S. Bank matinee. Good reason to get away from work. If you can't get your tickets, we hope to see you here. Mariners.com or any Mariners team store to get your tickets. Hey, come out to the ballpark like these folks did. Some good eats, some baseball.
Perfect evening.
Oh, man, the weather is gorgeous. You look at the weather page at this, of all the metropolitan cities or areas in the US of A, this is the best summer weather right now. It's not even close.
Perfect.
Bennington leading off.
Blake Bevan found himself with the bases loaded after giving up 3 straight hits and nobody out. Worked his way out of it. Here's the situation. He had to throw 28 pitches there in the first, so he needs to be efficient and get some quick outs if he wants to go deep into this game now. But what a performance. Gets a couple of strikeouts looking, and then a fly ball from Connor Jackson to end the inning.
First thing we noticed, we were talking about this at first game when against San Diego. Fearless. I like that. 2-2.
I think you can talk to guys and they talk to you like they have a lot of confidence, but I think body language says a lot. And this kid, from the time he showed up, he looks like he feels like he should be here. He's not worried about a thing, not scared at all.
Been here, be here. It should have been here.
Yeah, exactly. Which is a great thing to have. It's a great thing to have, and that's just pretty much the way he's been since the time he's shown up.
Payoff pitch, line drive, Ichiro, late start. Did he get it? What kind of ruling? He's out, says the second base umpire, Mike Everett.
Sinking line drive. Ichiro coming in, and it looks like he has that in the web.
Big flexible glove.
Yep. Another look. Yeah.
Here's the catcher, Kurt Suzuki. The way this kid will work the inside portion of the plate. Suzuki on a down and has been for most of the year. 7 for his last 39 over his last 10 games. Pops this one up. Gutierrez takes charge. 2 outs. Bring up Scott Sizemore. He and Casper Wells were teammates in Detroit start of the year. A's picked him up May 27th from the Tigers for David Percy at pitcher. Slicing drive into the gap. Gutierrez got it. It's one of my favorite phrases in the English language. Gutierrez, he's got it. Nice job by Blake Bevan. Throws a 1-2-3 second in this scoreless ball game. is brought to you by AT&T and by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back for only $3.99 plus tax. There's Miguel Olivo. Skies one. Short center field for Coco Crisp. One out. I'll bring up Casper Wells. He drove in the Mariners' only run yesterday. RBI fielder's choice in the 7th inning. Got a base hit in the 9th. He went 1 for 4 in his Mariner debut.
I imagine he's not quite as nervous today. Things calmed down for him a little bit, and he can get back into the flow of just playing baseball. Yesterday, I bet a million things were going through his head as he was playing the game, and start to relax a little bit.
Broken bat, blows it by the third baseman Sizemore for a base hit.
It looked like he hit that well.
Yeah.
Maybe caught it off the end of the bat a little bit. And he did. It was right off the end of the bat. And that's what makes it break the way it did, because I thought he hit it hard. Just split it right down the middle. Every now and then you get a hairline crack in there and you can't see it.
And you can understand if Sizemore had the delayed reaction because he sees two things coming at him.
Well, stay away from the thing that looks like a spear coming at you, right?
Correct. That is not comforting.
Oh, I've been down there. I know. It's not.
Because it looked like he had it, and then, the natural human reaction is like, what the heck is that? On 300 Spartans got income. Sean Figgins, the hitter, 1 for 4 yesterday. Broke up the no-hit bit by Hellickson, leading off the 6th inning. Suzuki, one of the better catchers you're going to see in terms of being able to move left, right, up, down, and keep the ball in front of him. That's a great job.
And you were talking about his struggles at the plate. That's one of the reasons why Bob Melvin, a former catcher, can live with that, because of the job that he does behind the plate, managing one of the better pitching staffs in the American League. As far as keeping the ball in front of him, he's about as good as it gets in this league.
2-1 to count the Figgins. Coming in is Willingham. Didn't get a good jump. Has to play in front for a base hit. This will take it.
Looks like that pitch jams Figgins, and he pops it up down the line.
Notice Willingham.
He hesitated.
And now we always see guys with Figgins and Nitro towards the line and in. He was back about 5-10 steps from what we've been seeing guys play recently.
Right.
Mariners take advantage of it. See if they can cash it in. Mariners lost 2 out of 3 to Tampa Bay, outscored 18-4. The A's beat Tampa Bay prior to the Rays coming here, beat them 3 out of 4, outscored them 34-20. No to Goody. 2 for 3 yesterday. Single to center, single to left his last 2 times up. Then get a couple 3 hits, get over 200. There's one. That's going to get a run. Wells to third. He's going to score easily. Figgins and the motor getting stopped by Jeff Datz. RBI double. Franklin Gutierrez. Mariners lead it 1-0. All the way to third goes Figgins. good sign. 3 straight hits.
And a fastball on the outside corner, just off the plate away. And Franklin goes with it and rifles it down into the corner. Similar hit to the one that Brendan Ryan had. To the bottom of the lineup. 3 straight hits.
Here's Ichiro with a chance to drive in 2. Base hit gets Franklin to 198, Mike. So another couple of hits. Get him over the Mendoza line. Good for him. Boy, it's been a struggle. Late last year with the stomach problems. What do you figure? August, late August last year.
Mid to late August, yeah. All the way through the winter. Couldn't work out the way he wanted to. Wasn't able to play in spring training. Just trying to figure out what was wrong with him. And I know that it's been frustrating for him. And for Franklin, who's always in great shape, he'd gotten stronger and was feeling good, and all of a sudden he loses all of that weight. It's been tough for him.
One thing it hasn't done, he can still cover it. His coverage ability from gap to gap. You're talking top echelon in baseball. 2-1 Ichiro. Bouncing ball. Foul ball. Gunnar Jackson making the play.
Watch him as he goes across the line. First base umpire Mike Winters, great look at it.
Let's see Ichiro cash in here. He started the night 9 for 18 career against Trevor Cahill. Live to center on the first pitch. First inning, he's 2-2 here. Fights it off. Figgins back safely. Throw over. Safe. Bases loaded. Fielder's choice. Ichiro's aboard. They're loaded up for Brendan Ryan.
Well, he hits it right at the third baseman Sizemore, and Figgins started to go home. Similar play to the one Figgins had to make when Weeks was at third base. And it looks like Jackson's foot came off the bag. That's the reason why Ichiro was safe.
Brendan Ryan broken 0 for 12 with a double into the right field corners first time up, and have a chance to hit a jackpot right here. Bases loaded, 1 out. 1-0 on the Gutierrez RBI double. Down the line, but foul.
See the ball tailing, and you foot clearly off the base.
One pitch. All the way. Trevor Cahill here in Seattle, 2-1, a 3.04 ERA in his 4 previous starts career. Oh, 2 pitch. Would not bite. One, two. Solid base hit. Left field. Figgins scores. Gutierrez held at third. Brendan Ryan makes it 2-0 Mariners. For Ryan, RBI number 34. He's 2 for 2 tonight. So 5 consecutive base hits by the Mariners.
Brendan Ryan's hit the ball hard 2 times. Another pitch right about belt high. Hammers it into left field.
Bases are still loaded.
Brendan Ryan looks like he has a real good idea of what he wants to do off of Cahill.
Ichiro, he's done it again. Number 51. He's designed a T-shirt for the first 20,000 Mariner fans to take home Friday, August 12th, when the Mariners take on the Red Sox. You don't want to miss this unique giveaway. It's designed, tested, and approved by number 51 himself. For tickets, go to mariners.com/tickets. That's how it looks. The Mariner right fielder, Dustin Ackley, first pitch. There for a strike. Dustin grounded out to shortstop his first time. 7th hitter to the plate for the Mariners here in the 2nd inning. Strike 2. Five straight men have reached. Here in the 2nd, Ackley, as you know, is a great 0-2 hitter. Let's see what happens here. Takes a ball.
"20 pitches in the inning so far, making him work hard."
Still 1-2. A good inning. Ackley trying to make it a great inning for the Mariners.
All 4 pitches to Ackley in this at bat have been inside. He's starting his fastball in off the plate and trying to run the two-seamer back on the corner. Take a look at the tracer.
1-2 to right field. It gets down. It gets by. Let it run in here. How about this? Gutierrez scores. Ichiro scores. Here comes Ryan. All the way to third is Ackley. 5-0 Seattle. That's the kind of breaks the Mariners have been looking for. Sweeney's a good outfielder, and Ackley hit a hard smash, and it gets by.
This is a mistake by Sweeney. Take a look at it. Ackley with a great piece of hitting on a changeup. Stays with it. Hits a line drive into right. Sweeney can't keep his body in front of as it bounces past him. And that's a big mistake. You get into these games where both pitchers look like it's going to be a tough game. You want to keep that ball in front of you, and Sweeney not able to do it. And then Ackley, we've seen this from him too. He can fly when he sees it. Gets past the outfielder, and he just takes off.
4th triple for Ackley. Knocks in 3. He's got 23 RBI. It's hard now, 1-0. It's impressive. 6 straight Mariner base runners, 5 hits and a fielder's choice, 5 runs scored, 1-1. Drawn in infield. Pennington will throw out Cart. 2 down. So Adam Kennedy's going to be the 9th hitter for the Mariners. So he can pick up that run. Talk about a team and an organization hungering for this kind of offensive explosions. How great has this been here in the 2nd inning? Jack Zduriencik, when he gets up here in the 4th inning, talk about some of the other youngsters on the way. Ryan and Ackley getting the job done here with Gutierrez driving in some runs. Blake Bevan, a beneficiary. Very impressed how he came out top of the 2nd, throws a 1-2-3 inning after 28 pitches in the 1st, and gets out of a bases loaded situation.
Looked like this game was going to get away from him in a hurry. Pitched his way out of it with a couple of strikeouts.
180 on it. Ground ball, second base. Weeks throws out Kennedy. Good inning though for not a good inning, a great inning for the Mariners. They send 9 men to the plate. They score 5 times and lead 5-0 against Oakland. Morning rally Fridays. I don't know, Mike. It works for me. We'll come.
Well, first of all, welcome. Thanks for traveling all the way from Denmark. But look at that.
It's great. That's beautiful. Getting some sun, too.
Got a great uni on. With the hat,
I like
T-shirt, and all of it working.
9 men to the plate. 5 runs on 5 hits for the Mariners. 5-0 top of the third. Jamal Weeks, Coco Crisp, Hideki Matsui. Top of the order. Look out. Weeks hit a ground ball, or hard liner actually, off the left leg of Bevan. Open up the ball game. Cleveland rallied to win at Boston. The Yankees win at Chicago. Yankees a game back. American League East 1 game back. Pittsburgh continues to slide. They lose the Cubbies 5-3. Popped up, playable. Ryan going back. Wells coming in. Ryan takes over, and he's got it. Time for AT&T trivia questions. It's 1946. What's the record for the most consecutive quality starts to begin a major league career? Now, quality start, don't forget, at least 6 complete innings pitched and no more than 3 earned runs allowed. Became an official stat in '85, but record keeping does go back a little bit further, so they can rack that up.
I will go with B11.
All right. I'll go with. Well, I'm not fully committed, but I'll go with A. I'm stuck between the 8 and the 9 iron. Here's Coco Crisp, single to center. Here's what's going on this year. Quality starts by team. Angels have the #1 ERA in the American League. Texas, the Mariners, Tampa Bay, and the Sox. Foul ball. 6 or more innings pitched, 3 or fewer earned runs. You see the Mariners in that group. David Pauly, Doug Fister. Hey, fellas, and Eric Bedard, good luck.
Good luck is right.
Good luck in your new stomping grounds. 2-1.
It can help you out with that 8-9 iron problem you have. Choke up on the 8 and rip it.
I like it.
Yeah. If you're not sure, choke up on the 8 iron. Go ahead and hit it. You'll be all right.
Hey, you were a good caddy, huh? Always leave that positive reinforcement. Club champion, Lake Spanaway back in the day.
Ooh, yeah. Wow, that was a long time ago.
There's Matsui. He got an infield hit his first time. Got 9 homers. Somebody's got 7 of them against left-handers. Obviously not play tonight, but that's still impressive for a guy at this stage in his career.
What a turnaround for him. Showed, I think it was from June 17th to the present, hitting 500.
It's crazy.
A month and a half. It's not hot. Scalding.
Is leading, major league leading, 466, 27 for 58, 12 runs, 6 doubles, 3 homers, 18 ribbies, 7 multi-hit games. I mean, it's crazy since the All-Star break.
I guess he took those 3 days off, cleared the head, and came back ready to swing.
Believe me, he's not using an 8 iron either.
No.
World Series MVP a couple of years ago. Chris goes, pitch outside, Levo's throw into center field. Chris will get up and he'll get the third. He is some kind of fast. Coco Crisp, his 33rd stolen bases and an E2. 33rd stolen base.
It's a great jump. Olivo, strong throwing arm, but he bounces this one down there. Ryan trying to pick it and put the tag down at the same time. And it looks like Chris would have beat it anyways. That's getting your uniform dirty in a hurry.
Matsui slicing drive, left center field. Gutierrez, hello! Nice catch! That'll produce a run, but Gutierrez with a fine effort there. Comes up with the out. 2 down, run scores. See something else or what?
Well, when your club strength is your pitching and your defense, I can't imagine having anybody better in center field than Franklin Gutierrez. Diving effort out in left center field as that ball was slicing away from him.
Line drive left center field off the bat of Willingham. Gutierrez with the backhand throws it in and throw a little bit offline. Stand up double for Willingham, who took a cold third strike in the first inning.
Such great concentration. You can see him look it in the whole way. And again, that ball slicing away from him. And you can talk about him being a great athlete and covers a lot of ground and is fast and direct routes. But I'll tell you what, his first step is always right. He never makes a mistake out there. It seems he's got a direct route. It's a great jump on the ball. And if it stays in the ballpark, he typically will catch it. And when one of the few times when you see him that it doesn't get caught, you're just shocked by it. Take it for granted how good he is. Talk to the other clubs, though. They know it. Other managers and coaches, they know what he does out. They love him in center field.
It's interesting talking to DeMarlo Hale when we were in Boston. He's Terry Francona's right-hand guy. He's a bench coach. I would love to have that kid put him in right field here because you need a center fielder to play right field in Fenway Park.
That's it. That's correct. It's huge out there. You have to cover a lot of ground.
Kennedy fields a foul ball. 1-2. Yeah, I mean, everybody. Who was it? Sosha and somebody else we played recently, but they were saying it was Sosha. He was talking about he couldn't believe that Gutierrez's batting average was where it was. And, I told him what the story was. He says, "Well, he's still a great player. I mean, And then he paid the ultimate compliment. He said, "It's like I have 3 Gutierrez's in our outfield because you know how fast they are. They've got Borges when he's healthy, Torrey Hunter, and Vernon Wells." He said, "I have 3 Gutierrez's out there." I said, "That's a heck of a compliment. That's impressive."
He just takes so many hits away, and when they're out in that area, those are extra base hits. Saves his pitching staff a lot of runs over the course of a year.
We'll count to Sweeney. Mariners get 5 runs on 5 hits in the second inning. Oakland's responded with a run here. Walk, stolen base, E2. Chris scores on a sacrifice fly by Matsui. Payoff pitch. Center field. Goody got it. Inning over. Run on the board for the Oakland Athletics. A run on 1 hit. An error. They leave him in. 5-1 Mariners.
5-1. Hi, friends. Andrew Banting here at the Northwest Ford Sports Desk, but I take you elsewhere. The Tribe and the Red Sox knotted in the 8th inning. That's when Asdrubal Cabrera hits a line drive down the right field line. But wait a minute, why the bounce? On second look, the ball left the field and then ricocheted off a front row seat. The second homer of the night for Cabrera. Cleveland beats Boston 9-6 in our Sterling Savings Bank score. Dave.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. Miguel Olivo leading it off. The Mariners sent 9 men to the plate in the second inning. Scored 5 runs. 5th time that's happened this season. Most recently in that finale last week in New York. Might dunk in. It does. Base hit for Olivo. Miguel with a base hit. He's 1 for 2.
As a hitter, you love those. Little jam shot. Checks up for you, gets some outfield grass and a base hit. And it looks like something has happened to Sean Figgins. Smoke coming out on deck. So he'll hit for Figgins.
Kennedy will move to third.
Yeah.
Casper Wells base hit the left first time. Hold up, strike 1. Broken bat base hit the left. Scored on the Goody double. Gave the Mariners a 1-0 lead. Count evens at 1-1. Mariners most runs in an inning at Detroit April 27th. They got 6 in the 9th. It's our first of 2 trips into Detroit. Olivo will run on you now. He's 4 out of 7.
And I think with Cahill, he's just letting him know that he's aware of that fact. Olivo usually when he runs, he'll take off because he's surprised. There he goes.
Swung on and fouled by Casper Wells.
I don't know if that was a hit and run. I think that pitch was in on him. Trying to protect the runner.
We hope to get a report on Figgins, see what happened. Base hit the left and a run scored. And is only at bat. 2-2. Difference a day make, as the great Donna Washington song went. Mariners a run on 6 hits, 3 errors yesterday. Here's a ground ball shortstop. The runner was in motion. One play, Wells. They get him. They get Olivo in scoring position.
So now Justin Smoke will pinch hit for Sean Figgins. Find out what's going on with Sean. We'll let you know. Figgins had a base hit his first time up. It's because of an injury. He's going to be frustrated by that day. If you get a base hit your first time up, you're automatically thinking big day. You have a chance for a big day, and there you go. He gets a base hit his first time up, scores a run,
and you're hitting a $185.
Yeah, well, you're just thinking big day, and all of a sudden something happens, and you have to come out of the game. It's frustrating. So we'll see if we can find out what happened to Sean.
Mariners yesterday, 1 run, 6 hits, 3 errors. Tonight, 5 runs, 7 hits and an error. Just a little turnaround early on. Eric Wedge talked about Smoke's been getting in extra work. It's a little thumb problem. He said, everybody's got a thumb problem. Don't worry about it. That's not an issue. This is, among other things, just trying too hard. A lot of people and the league has caught up to him, so now he's got to make his adjustments.
Their adjustments, that's right. And it's basically they've been throwing him fastballs in, trying to pound him in there. He tries to speed up a little bit to get to it, and that's when he sees the changeup or the breaking ball in the dirt. And it's a tough thing. but that's an adjustment he'll have to make. And maybe an emergency, here you go, you're in the game, not expecting to play. Maybe, you don't get a chance to think about anything. All of a sudden you're running up there. Maybe that'll help.
There you go. Mind is free, right? Smoke 1 for 11 against Cahill, so he's due for a breakout. He'll take the walk. Our AT&T trivia question. Let's see, since 46, it's the record for most consecutive quality starts to begin a Major League Baseball career. Mike went with B11. I went with 8, which was A, and the fans went with C. Survey says it's D. We were all wrong. Steve Rogers, good pitch. Brandon Webb, Jared Weaver, Joey Hamilton, Art Mahaffey. That's back in my youth. He's still angry that Gene Mauch didn't use him in 64. 6.5, 12 to play.
Let it go.
I have not, and I heard from all my boys the other day they have it. Guy wrote a column in the New York Post talking about how Philly teams now own New York teams, and a guy with the high school wit said, "I'm still emotionally scarred by 1964." And a line of foul.
Franklin hit a double his first time up. Hit the ball hard into the right field corner. Drove in a run.
Couple of men on here for Franklin with 1 out in the third. Big second inning 3-run triple for Ackley. RBI single Ryan. RBI double for Goody. Olivo with 4 stolen bases. He's tied for second behind Russell Martin. In the catching stolen base category, Martin's got 8. If Goody can do some good 2-strike hitting here. Boy, Olivo's got his money, huh?
Either his or Bob Melvin's. A lot of times the signs will come from the dugout.
Pitch it. Franklin has been flailing at a lot the last couple 3 weeks. That could be a big part of his turnaround, laying off.
Yeah, I think really since he came back and started playing regularly, Dave, I think he's done a lot of that. And typically, if you don't feel like you're strong enough, you don't feel like your hands are quick enough, you don't trust him, and then you start to cheat and start your swing a little bit early, and it's harder to lay off of that pitch.
Strikes him out here on a 1-2, 2 outs. First strikeout for Cahill, 2 outs. Top fielder, here's Ichiro. 0 for 2, runs scored. Ichiro 0 for his last 6. 1 hit on the homestand. And he's sitting 118 hits. To the degree that Ichiro has fans, you and I were off on Saturday.
Right.
Went for a walk. Coming back, and later I had my hat on. Hey, you have to be Dave Sims. First thing, did Itchy get a hit? Did Itchy get a hit? That's first she wanted to know. Saturday afternoon. Weeks will feel. Testimonial to the fervent fans of Ichiro here in Seattle. 5-1 Mariners.
Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Mariners enjoy a 5-1 lead as they open up a 3-game series with the Oakland Athletics. And joining us in the booth, Mariners General Manager Jack Zduriencik. Jack, good to see you. How are you? Doing well?
Good, real good.
Let's talk about the deals.
Okay.
Tell the fans about why you did it, and tell them about the guys that you brought back.
The Detroit deal was tough, because you like Fister so much. What a great guy, and what he meant to the ball club. That was very, very difficult, and they were very persistent. We went through a lot of names. They kept calling back. At the end, we ended up settling on the deal we did, and we're excited about it. I think that Casper Wells is a guy that's going to help us right now. We needed that. We were looking for the right-handed bat, and I think that Charlie Furbush is going to be a guy we're going to see. And a big left-hander and young kid, you're going to control these guys for a number of years. And then, we really, really like the young third baseman, Francisco Martinez, who's in Double-A lineup tonight, actually. And then a player to be named later who we like quite a bit as well. So, at the end, when you weighed this thing out and you realize where we were at, and what does this mean to this organization, I'd have loved to have kept Doug, and David did a super job for us this year, but in the long run, we got 2 guys on our club right now. We got a young kid in the minor leagues that's going to be a really good player, and we got another one coming.
All right, so about the Chang kid and the Robinson kid, you got in the Bedard trade.
Okay, now, and in that deal, again, same thing. When you weigh it and you figure you got 2 months of Eric Bedard, and then we see what happens after that, that it was well worth the opportunity to get 2 pretty good offensive players. One guy may very well be the MVP in the Eastern League, would he have stayed there all year. And the other guy, Trayvon Robinson, was, a highly touted outfielder that's got 26 home runs in AAA and pretty good-looking kid all around. So, an opportunity to add 6 guys, I think, is important.
And bringing back some pop. I mean, the ball club's been an offensive challenge.
Yeah.
I think if you're a Mariner fan, you got to be really heartened by seeing the fact that these guys have a lot of home runs.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We knew that the strength in this organization is pitching, and we've got some good young pitchers coming that we're excited about. No one's a sensation overnight, but we do like what we have coming. And the bats, you get enough of them, hopefully that it's going to work out good. And, we like some of our left fielders here, but they're young and they got to figure things out. But in the long run, the 2 guys that have proven what they've done so far at the minor league level, I think, is bodes well for us.
I know for you that you talked about Doug and it being difficult to move him, and I know how you feel about pitching. It's tough to find. And I was one of the things I was happy about, first of all, is when the trade was done, listening to the national media and them giving the recognition to Doug that I felt like he deserved. Because if you look at his record, it was a struggle for him, but they all recognized the run support. That being said, I also looked at the trade and getting those players in. That's something that you've done since you've been here, and that is acquire talent. You have to be patient for these kids to come along, but the more of them that you get, the better chance you have. And we're seeing 2 of them tonight in the lineup, hitting 3rd and 4th in Ackley and Carp.
That's the thing. Quite frankly, let's be real. There was a void here.
Right.
Some of the selections over the last few years didn't pan out the way this organization had hoped. As a result, when you really look at the whole organization and realize you needed to add talent, continue to add talent any way possible, and you're not going to. No one's giving it away.
That's right.
No one's going to come and say, "Take my best players."
No
I don't
way.
want it. So you've got to give up something along the way. And this particular deal, Doug was very difficult to give up. But when you look at it in a whole and realize that we got 6 guys back, I think it was something that will benefit us for years to come. And the interesting thing is, both clubs are in different, particularly Detroit, where they're at and what they needed, where we're at, what we needed. It was a good marriage, and I think we both came away winners. They came away helping their big league ball club immediately and even for the future, and I think we've helped us with volume for the future.
And there's also still the player to be named later, which a lot of times you take for granted, but in this case, that's probably not the case.
We have a group of guys we're going to choose from, but I think
they're quality guys, though.
Yeah,
right?
I like this group. Yeah, okay. No doubt. And I think when everyone sees who it is and how this thing finishes, it's a nice player, very nice player.
That's good. Good to hear. As Suzuki takes a ball forward, got a question from Craig in Bellevue. He says, "What is the sleep pattern like as a GM at the end of the trading deadline?" Way to go, Craig.
Hey, great question. I don't know. I didn't sleep a lot. It's just what you do for a living.
Right.
Other people do other things that they're committed to, and it's a passion for them, and this is my passion. You know, and you realize you want the fans to be happy. We're doing this for the fans. I mean, we do it for ourselves. We do it for an organization. But you really do it to deliver something someday that all of our fans can be proud of. So you don't sleep a lot because you understand the responsibility.
We stick for another half inning?
Sure, absolutely.
Mariners close out the A's right here. Jack Zduriencik joining us in the booth. We'll be back with more. Mariners have a 5-1 lead. They got a 5-run second inning. Jack Zduriencik, club's GM, with us. As we look ahead to some other things happening in baseball, I'm curious, do you anticipate being active in the waiver month now that we're in the month of August?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how that unfolds. You never know. You don't know how that's going to. You never know. You put a guy on waivers, or you claim a guy on waivers, they can pull him back. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, maybe we are. I mean, you're limited. You don't have the flexibility you have prior to the 31st trading deadline.
There are so many things that go on through the course of a season. And I know from talking to you a little bit in spring training what your thoughts were and ideas. And, we're all hoping for the best. Everybody does when you're breaking camp. And the club played well. How often do you have to reevaluate what you're going to do, knowing that this deadline's eventually going to get here, on what your club is doing, what it realistically you think it is, and where you go from there as far as any particular season goes?
I think you evaluate all the time. You evaluate everybody around you. You evaluate what's going on in the dugout. You evaluate what's going on in the field. That's what you do for a living. It's all evaluation. Now, talking about the club in particular, I think we were all surprised how nice we were playing early. And, it actually didn't start good early. It was a little rough, and then it got good. And we all
exactly. Speeding around the bags, going to dig for 2, and he's in there with a double. Ackley tonight with a 3-run triple and now a double. What a night, 2 for 3.
Got a chance to be okay, I would say.
Boy, he runs a lot better than I thought when I saw him in spring training.
Oh, yeah. No, he can run. Oh, yeah, he's a good runner. But to answer your question, I think the season dictates how, what you're going to think about, what you're going to do during the course of it. And, we struggled early, and then we got on a roll there, and we're playing pretty good baseball. And, and then the 17-game losing streak kind of punch in the gut, if you will.
Yeah.
And it knocks a sense of reality into you, And I do know, and I really feel strongly that had we been able to continue, that we were going to have great support from ownership, from Chuck Howard and the whole group. We're going to be able to go out and do something that we needed to be done, But we were making phone calls and trying to come up with different things, but nobody was giving anything up, And I think I told somebody on the radio yesterday, it's funny how farther away from the deadline, prices for players are enormous. You want my guy? Hey, I got to hit a home run on this one.
Sharp line drive, base hit. Sweeney keeps it in front of him. Ackley had to make sure. He moves to third. Mariners have runners at the corners with 1 out.
But then as you get close to the deadline, general managers begin to realize the value of their players, and the market kind of dictates where they're at and what they're going to get in return. And there are a few clubs that are willing to give up a lot. You know, we weren't in a position to trade our best minor leaguers to try to get a bat at any point in time, at least early. You know, we'd have been spinning our wheels again. You know, I mean, here you go. So you get
spend a couple of years building it up.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I tell you what, we're committed. We're committed to building this thing, and I think these trades prove that. Yeah. You know, Tom's done a great job as a scouting director, and you know, we're going to go ahead and continue to sign our players. I mean, all these kids we've taken, these early round kids we've taken since I've been here, have been very successful. It's going to get better. You know, we're going to get Holtzman signed here in a couple of weeks. You look at a lot of these. We're starting to see this thing really begin to get fun, you know, and then you're able to add a few pieces like this, you know, and eventually we'll be ready to strike.
Here's the one that makes me chuckle a little bit when I see you some days walking into the clubhouse, and that is Eric. What a job he has done this year, but he's super intense, and I love the fact that he's talking. Hey, we're still going to try to win every day, which is what you want. But when all these things are swirling around, how has he been? The two of you working through this thing.
Great. You know, I mean, honestly, I love Eric. I mean, Eric and I have a really great relationship. You know, I feel bad for the players; he might bite their head off one of these days. You know, that's the thing I fear. You know, I don't want a lawsuit when some player came and say Eric just bit me. You know, no, he's great. You know, Eric's been great. You know, he's been through this before.
Right.
And I think this is the biggest thing. He's very intense. He's a good leader. He's got a nice staff around him. But he's been through this. You know, he's taken the club one game from getting to the World Series. He's been in a position where he's had to build, strip down and build up. So him coming in here right now, watching all of this, and as we do our thing, it's perfect. I mean, it's a great marriage in my opinion.
You said something to me. It was a few weeks ago, I think, that you had a conversation with Eric.
Hey, there's a base hit off the glove of the third baseman. Scoring Ackley to second is Karp off the bat of Miguel Olivo. Picks up his 47th RBI, and the Mariners have a 6-1 lead.
Miguel having a good night now. A couple of hits for him. Ackley scores on it. Take another look at this swing by Miguel Olivo. Hits it down the line. Goes off the heel of the glove of Sizemore. Mariners offense rolling tonight. But the thing that I thought was important that we were talking about, it was when you were starting to bring the young kids along. Which I know was part of your plan going to spring training. We're going to bring these guys in, and you said that Eric told you we'll make them better.
Yeah, you know, and I tell you, when you're a general manager and your manager is on board with helping guys and understanding that the way the game is today, they're not a finished product when they get to the big leagues, and this is a misnomer by some people. Hey, when they get up here, they should know the game. No, that's not the case because it's different right here. And I think this is the best thing that Eric's done is, hey, get them here, you know, when they're ready, or, you know, even if it's slightly early, and we'll do the best we can. We'll make them better. We'll make it better. He believes, he sincerely believes that what they do is going to make players better. So, you know, if I'm a player, I got to feel good about that. Jack, I'm going to respond.
Jack, with all, you've accumulated a lot of players. You can't play everybody, but you're in position now to do some bartering, do some trading. You can move some things around. How active do you anticipate being during the offseason?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay. You know, I mean, it's a fine line between when you really decide to do something nice.
Oh, and it goes off of the third baseman Sizemore. Big stop sign. Oh, Karp's in trouble. Got him. That'll do it for the Mariners in this inning. Too far coming around there by Karp. But the Mariners pick up another run. Hey, Jack.
Hey, perfect.
Good to see you.
Hey, perfect time for that to end.
Yeah, right.
Question.
Congratulations.
Hey, good to see you guys. Thanks.
Jack Zduriencik, general manager of the Mariners, joining us here in the booth. Karp picked up there at third, 6-1 Mariners. Still got some daylight left here in Seattle, and we are really digging the pictures here the boys are providing tonight. Looking at on the sound. Beautiful. Top of the order. There's Weeks. Nice hop to Ryan. One out. One out, top of the 5th. Red Sox, they're coming to Seattle. They'll be here Friday, August 12th through the 14th. Make sure you join us. Ichiro, Felix, the Mariners meet David Ortiz, Adrian Gonzalez, and the Red Sox. You'll enjoy a big summer weekend of baseball right here at Safeco Field. So get your tickets, Mariners.com or any Mariners team store. And you'll want to jump on all the tickets and get as many tickets as you can because the Red Sox Nation travels. Don't want them to shout you down in your own ballpark. Here's Coco Crisp, single to center, walk, stolen base, and a run scored. Blake Bevan, can't say enough about the 28 pitches first inning. Gives up 3 infield hits and then gets 2 strikeouts looking at a fly ball to escape with a 0 on the board.
So many times we start looking at the 8th and 9th innings as a difference in the game. That might have been the difference in the game right there because things flipped right around for the Mariners as they score 5 runs in the second. But he came up with some big time pitches to get a couple of strikeouts looking. Leave a runner stranded at third when he gets there with nobody out. Solid pitching.
3-1. Sui's on deck. He drove in the only Oakland run. Sacrifice fly in the 3rd. Mariners have 11 hits. Fly ball right field for Ichiro. Two outs as we check out our CenturyLink high-speed pitch. Bevan at 93. Cahill at 91.
Mixing in his slider, changeup. 36% of his pitches off speed pitches.
Pitch to Matsui. 1-1. Back with a strike, 1-1. Straight away is how the Mariners played Matsui. 2-1.
Ten fly ball outs for Blake.
Big out. Ackley will throw out Matsui in a 1-2-3 inning. Turned in by Blake Bevan. Second time he's done that. We go to the home 5th. The Mariners 6-1 lead. Folks in the building here tonight, 6-1 Mariners, and this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, Korea, Wisconsin, Germany, and Kirkland.
So look us up. Justin Smoak came on to pinch hit and take over at first base. Sean Figgins, we haven't found out what is ailing him, but he had to leave the game after getting a base hit in the second inning. Smoak, first at bat, walked on 4 pitches. Justin trying to pick things up. Started the day at 218. Seemed like it was just yesterday. Base hit it in. Base hit for Smoak, that he was up in the 280 range. Good to see him pick up a base knock.
Well, to get it turned around, you have to start somewhere, and maybe this is it. That's a good piece of hitting. Ball down and away from him. Watch his head. He stays right with it and hits it hard back up the middle.
Bob Melvin's going to make a change. He's seen enough of Trevor Cahill. Norberto is coming in. Mariners enjoying the lead, 6-1 with a man on.
Putting together baskets of their husband's favorite things, and that includes Kate Wedge, the skipper's wife. And Kate, I got to ask you about what's going on right here, because you've cut a hole in a guitar. Was this really his guitar, his favorite guitar?
This was his favorite guitar, and he sacrificed it for this auction, so, you know, it's pretty special. Cut the top right off, and all of his favorite things are going to go right inside.
All right, so the guitar is the basket. Tell us about when these are going to go up for auction.
The auction is August 12th, and it's right here at the ballpark, section 128. It's a silent auction, so fans can come on over, check out all of the players' favorite things, and it will be held through the bottom of the 6th inning.
I haven't really looked at the rest of the competition, but I'm calling this guitar the front runner. Guys, back upstairs.
And I'm sure there's a ball getting away. Smoak's going to advance on the pickoff try by Norberto. Smoak will hold it second. I'm sure Kate will be throwing in a couple of John Wayne films, maybe a couple of Robert Mitchum films. Eric Wedge, a big Western movies aficionado, as that one gets away. Boy, first baseman Connor Jackson didn't have a chance. Mariners will take it. Roberto just coming over from the Arizona Diamondbacks for Brad Ziegler. Came over with first baseman Brandon Allen. They had spent the entire season at AAA Reno. Been used exclusively as a reliever the last 3 years after starting his career as a starter.
The line for Trevor Cahill, not one that he's going to like in the morning. 73 pitches, 49 strikes, a couple of walks, 6 runs so far. They were earned. 12 hits in 4 innings for him, so a tough outing for Trevor Cahill.
For 2 night for Gutierrez. Chance to pick up a run. Mariners have 12 hits. Time called and granted. Two. Scoreboard just went up. Top. Scoreboard here. Straightaway center field. Went out yesterday for a spell. Two and two. He's worked the full count. Ichiro's on deck. Never have enough runs. Pay off to Gutierrez.
Franklin with a double his first time up, scored a run, drove in a run with that double. We're talking about, Dave, you'd like to see him add to his hit total, get him going again. Get a base hit first time up. You didn't like to end up with 2 or 3. Building some confidence.
Payoff pitch. High ball right field, backs up swinging. Tagging is Smoke. He'll get the third easily with 1 out. It's a productive out for Gutierrez. On Friday, August 12th, Mariners and Red Sox, they open a big 3-game series. Make sure you donate your old cell phone and accessories to the Verizon Wireless Hope Line Cell Phone Drive to support local shelters and victims of domestic violence. Collection boxes, they'll be stationed at all gates as well as guest service locations around Safeco Field. Ichiro with a chance to pick up a run. And a similar opportunity in the third. Nice stop by Suzuki.
And that pitch bounced a couple of feet out in front of home plate.
First time Suzuki's catching this guy, yeah. Get to know each other. I didn't know you had that.
Take a look at this block by Suzuki. We talked about his ability to keep the ball in front of him. Fortunately, that one just skipped. Sometimes it'll bounce and to go over the catcher. He's able to keep that in front of him. A's have their infield in. They don't want the Mariners to score any more runs, so they'll try to keep Justin Smoke at third on a ground ball.
Ichiro with 2 sacrifice flies on the season. Slow roller. Jackson wins a race.
A little bit nonchalant about that, wasn't he?
Did you realize he's coming down the line?
Take a look at it. He kind of slows up. In the last second, he has to reach for the bag.
Boy, that was way closer than anyone imagined. Brendan Ryan's got 2 hits, 2 for 3. He's driven in a run, bidding for another one. Ryan with the double to right field in the first inning. Broken 0 for 12 for him. Came back with an RBI single to left in the second. That gets by. Smoke coming to the plate. The play not in time. He scores at 7-1 Mariners. A base hit, E1. Fly ball to right and a wild pitch.
Suzuki cannot keep this one in front of him. And it looks like when he wants to throw his slider, he just spiked it a couple times. Fortunate not to turn an ankle as Smoke comes sliding in.
It could be a scary play for a hurler. 2-1. Smoke with a base hit and a run tonight. Back up the middle. Base hit for Brendan Ryan, his 3rd tonight. Here's a guy that had an 11-game hitting streak July 15th through the 27th. They had an 11-game hit streak from May 20th through the 31st. Goes 0 for 12. Now here he is with 3 hits tonight. Good for him. 3 for 4 for Brendan Ryan.
But the Mariners here in the bottom of the 5th already 13 hits.
Ackley's got 2 of them, a 3-run triple and a double. I like to see a 5 spot for the Mariners, and they've added single runs.
That's what I like to see. Add on to it.
Absolutely. Nobody. Lou Holtz, when he was coaching, he ran up a score at somebody. He says, "Coach, why'd you do that?" The coach really got hacked off, and he says, "Hey, your job is to try to stop me, pal. Okay? I'm gonna keep trying to score. You got to stop it. Nobody's shutting it down." Let it go, coach.
See if I can get a base hit or hit a home run, make it interesting for the cycle a little bit later in the game.
Here.
Already has the triple and the double.
Yes, sir. These days, we talked about them going really well against James Shields. They had a natural cycle, single, triple, run, put 9 on the board against Shields a few days ago. James Shields, how about that? Full count, 2 outs. Pitch to Ackley. All 4. Inning continues.
Suzuki making his 3rd trip to the mound.
Jordan Norberto made his major league debut with Arizona last year. 0-2, 5.85 ERA. Opponents at 225 against him, 33 relief appearances. 3-04 saves, 3.07 ERA, 888 Reno. 21 games this year. Here's Mike Garrett. Chris Chambliss, the hitting coach. No one's happy to see that 13 hit total than he is. Putting in a lot of hours, a lot of work, a lot of anxiety during that 17-game losing streak. A's players were saying, geez, we went through an 11. Can't imagine 17. I said, well, hey, right here. Saw it, witness. Breaking ball, 2-1.
Carp 1 for 2 in the game. Continues to raise his batting average, has it up to 288. The other impressive things, he's at 385 off of left-handers this year.
2-1. Left field. Willingham's there. Takes care of it. That'll do it. Mariners score on a wild pitch. They get 2, nowhere, and 1 error, and 2 left. And the leads increase to 7-1 Seattle. -7-1 lead. They've lost Sean Figgins, a right hip flexor injury. We found out that's what knocked him out of the game, and we think it's right here, Mike.
I think you're right. He had to extend his left foot to try to get back and make the tag on Weeks, and when he did that, looks like maybe he had an issue.
Back in the first inning. Hopefully he'll get some rest and be back in a few days. Adam Kennedy's at third. He started the game at first, moves to third. Justin Smoke pinch hit for Figgy. He's at first. Talking about Blake Bevan. How about this kid? 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Got out of a first inning, bases loaded, nobody out jam.
He's pitching here in the 6th inning. He's given up 4 hits, and he started the game off giving up 3 of those 4 hits. Was able to pitch out of that bases loaded jam.
Impressive. Tall Texan. Don't forget Felix Hernandez tomorrow. Be on the mound for the Mariners. The Kings Court will be here. Always look forward to seeing that is going. That's got some good momentum. Always good to see those fans down the left field corner.
Starting to see him on the road.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was great.
Should be a good matchup. Rich Harden going for the A's.
He was all but done, signed, sealed, and delivered to Boston, and their medical staff in Boston didn't like what they saw, so they put the kibosh on that deal. And that opened a door for Bedard to go up there. 1-2. Foul ball. Josh Willingham 1 for 2. Strikeout looking, double to left center field. He's the only A with double figures in home runs. He's got 15. One of the home runs he hit was against Felix Hernandez in the opener. back in Oakland. Evans worked him right near the hands pretty consistently here tonight. Pretty well. Deep left center field. Gutierrez gone back near the 388 sign, and he makes the catch.
He has a new left fielder, Casper Wells, and he was watching the ball and tracking Wells as he was trying to get to it as well. And a backhanded catch by Franklin Gutierrez.
Mr. Wells has found out that, you know what, your responsibilities only go so far, pal. 6 putouts tonight by Gutierrez, and a couple of them have been spectacular. You got a guy out there. Hey, take a load off. You know, hey, you're good. Ryan Sweeney, 0 for 2. Souvenir for somebody. This will be put out number 7 for Goody. 2 outs. He makes it look easy, but when you start measuring gap to gap in this ballpark, it's some territory to cover. Boy, I tell you what, that shot right there looks like about 2 football fields, doesn't it?
Covers it all, I know that.
Seven putouts tonight. We're in the 6th. Like when they counter Jackson, these fly to left, fly to right. Mariners 3.5 games behind these A's. Check swing. Evan throws smoke, and that'll do it. That is 6 in a row retired by Blake Fletton, and he's got a commanding lead, 7-1. baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Get any Pizza Hut pizza, any size, any toppings for one amazingly low price when you carry out. By Money Tree, looking for a loan with more time to repay? Apply for Money Tree Payday Loan online at moneytreeinc.com. And by Whitmer Brothers Brewing, brewing without boundaries. Beautiful night here at Seattle at Safeco Field. Jerry Blevins wouldn't be an A series against the Mariners without seeing Jerry Blevins. He's the third Oakland pitcher. Adam Kennedy leading off. And he takes a strike. New shortstop is Eric Sogard, who takes over at short for Cliff Pennington.
Jerry Blevins, a 3.86 ERA, 16 in the third innings for him, 15 strikeouts, 14 walks. It's a high total for 16 in the third innings. Opponent's average 259.
Two and two. Adam looking for his first hit over three. Former A's. That hitting. Foul ball. I say foul ball.
I thought I hit him on the forearm. We'll take a look at the replay. Pitch inside, off the knob of the bat.
Like that.
See that from time to time. I've actually seen somebody put a ball in play off the
No
knob
way,
of the bat. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
2-2. Slow breaking ball gets him looking. Check our Benner Bank building to the future. How about James Paxton? We saw him sign late in spring training in March. Last night, 6 1/3, 5 hits, 1 earned, no walks, and 8 Ks. 2.49 ERA and 5 starts. He's one of those bright young pitchers that Jack Zarinsek was talking about. He is accumulating talent. Here's Olivo. He's got base hits his last 2 times up, plus an RBI. Fly ball center field, right center field for Coco Crisp. 2 outs. If you're just joining us, Blake Bevan get out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation in the first inning. A couple strikeouts looking at a fly ball. Then the Mariners in the bottom of the second, they exploded. 9 men to the plate. 5 runs on 5 hits, highlighted by Ackley's bases clearing triple. They get another run in the 4th, and then picked up another run in the 5th on a wild pitch. The 7-1 lead. It's Casper Wells. A couple hits tonight, 2 for 3 with a run scored.
Mariners here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they already have 5 players in their lineup that have multi-hit games. It's good to see.
Blake Bevan.
He's enjoying that, isn't he?
Yes, he is. 1 run, 4 hits, a couple strikeouts, 2 walks. Just let Franklin Gutierrez do a lot of work. Goody's got 7 putouts. Breaking ball, did he go? He did, since Mike Winters down at first.
Casper, one of those 5. A couple of base hits and scored a run.
You start thinking about all the kids now that Jack Zarinsek, we've seen him pick up. You got Wells, he's playing out in left field. Carpus DH and Ken play left field. You got Holman, who we haven't seen a lot of lately. Figueroa's been up and back.
Holman can play center field.
Can play center. You got German Chavez down there. Saunders. You got the kid they just picked up, the third baseman from Detroit. That's going to be interesting to watch him. And the 2 outfielders. You got Seager at third, Mangini, Liddy. I mean, there's a lot of guys to sort things out.
Not just pitching talent now. They're getting some players.
That's exactly right. And some pop, too. 7-1 Mariners. Country USA. Wrap up this quick homestand on Wednesday afternoon. Late Thursday, fly out to Anaheim. And then to the Cauldron in Texas, where they've been averaging minimum 100 degrees every day for the last couple of weeks. And that's expected to continue. Eric Sogard leads off the top of the inning. Bottom of the last inning, I should say. Moved in at shortstop, replacing Cliff Pennington. Well hit down the line. Fair ball. Ichiro will dig it out. Sogard. Second pitch he sees. He doubles down the right field line.
Only his 13th at bat. So he's now 4 for 13. You look at the swing. It's down and in.
Got the barrel to it. Kurt Suzuki. He's catcher flied to center and walked.
This next pitch will be 96 for Blake Bevan. Jamie Wright going to crank it up out in the Mariners bullpen. Going to keep him right around 100. Definitely not more than 110.
Tuno. Bevan in his previous 4 starts, 90, 98, 104, and 104 his pitch counts.
Yeah, he's retired 18 of the last 22 batters.
Impressive of Sterling Savings Bank. Game recap. Big 5-run second. Ackley. Bases loaded triple. The Mariners sent 9 men to the plate. 5th time. Mariners have had a 5-run inning this year. And Eric Wedge. Slap down the line by Suzuki. That'll pick up a run. Suzuki get around the second with an RBI double. His 28th RBI. 7-2 ball game. Suzuki with his 18th double.
And slap it the other way is right. That pitch on the outside corner. Suzuki hits it inside the bag. You can see Justice Smoke playing well off as he should with a right-handed hitter up there. Carl Willis going out to the mound now. Asking if Blake feels okay. 98 pitches. I don't think they ever believe him. They always look him right in the eye. All right?
Absolutely.
I mean, how many times do you think they go out there and ask him how you're feeling? He goes, "Oh, terrible. I've had enough." Doubt that ever happens.
Eric Wedge today, when he finished his media session today, he said, "Hey, you hanging in there?" "Nah, I'm good. I'm good." He said, "You know, it's funny." He says, "My son Cash said, hey, Daddy, when are you putting your mustache back on?" 3-year-old son. I thought that was great. Not carrying the next one in his pocket. I was giving him the business because I swear he brought it back. He said, "Now I'm going to shave before the kid said, when are you putting it back on?" He's got Sizemore 0 for 2. I feel terrible.
I've had enough.
1-1.
They always say, "I feel great. Can you get one more?" "Yeah, I can get one more."
I mean, that's. You've lived it. We've seen it. We've seen it told in Hollywood. I mean, the Robert Wall thing is still one of the funniest things, you know, from was it Bull Durham?
Yeah.
2-1. Did they say you had to get them registered somewhere? I can't remember the story. We got to get them registered. We'll be all right.
Candlesticks make a nice
That's
gift.
what it was. That comeback, Blake Bevan comes back with a strikeout to get Sizemore his 3rd K of the evening, first swing.
Gets him with the slider off the plate.
Top of the order now, Jemile Weeks. One for 3 with an infield hit.
That's, you know, when you're talking about those conversations, it's when you have an advantage is when you have a veteran catcher, because they'll look at the catcher. What do you think? Young guy, he's not sure what to say in those situations, but a veteran guy like Oliva, he'll tell you that what he honestly feels about the situation, how the pitcher's throwing the ball, and that helps a lot.
You'll get an honest answer. Maybe a backbone guy in this ball club.
Don't worry about your feelings later.
Correct. Is that a play? Tell you what, if you bought a ticket in that section, it has been a bonanza tonight because you've had 50-50 chances to get a lot of foul balls, fly balls. People in the front row, the middle section.
I only saw one glove over there, and I think it was a catcher's mitt.
1-2. Just dig by Olivo, 2-2. Run in. Suzuki's at second. 1 out. Two pitch. Mitch trying to work the inside corner again. Coco Crisp awaits. pitch here to Weeks.
For a second opportunity to see Weeks. It's tough out. So he has a good idea of the strike zone. Sprays the ball around. Talking to a number of people from the A's. They like him a lot.
Three and two. Kid is coming in. That's the catch. It's his 8th putout tonight. He is having a fun time out there. Two outs, and that brings up Coco Crisp. That's the most pitches Bevan has thrown. So he's coming up here to the bigs.
Yeah, letting him go.
Fifth straight quality start by Bevan, tying Michael Pineda for best starts in that category for rookies. Oh, and 2 to Cavelli Lois Crisp. Family member. Gave him the name Coco because of his affinity for Cocoa Krispies.
Blake a little bit off on his fastball here in this inning, getting tired. He's up to 112 pitches, 93 in the first inning, Indy 1 here.
Gets it by Kennedy. Wells up, and they'll hold the runner, Suzuki. And a 7-2 lead for the Mariners. Runners at the corners on the base hit by Crisp. His second hit tonight. Here comes Eric Wedge, and that'll do it for Bevan. They gave him an opportunity to pick up that third out. He goes 6 2/3. Impressive performance by Blake Bevan. 2 runs on 7 hits. He'll leave with a couple of runners on, getting a lot of attaboys from his teammates out there in the mound. Jamie Wright will take over. Have to be proud for Blake Bevan, who gets a really nice hand from the 23,335 here at Safeco Field. Fatherly hand on the shoulder from pitching coach Carl Willis. Good stuff here tonight, Mike.
Started off rough for him, gives up 3 hits to start the game, but then comes back in the first inning with the bases loaded, nobody out, paints a couple of fastballs to get called third strikes, and then he went to work with his slider after that. I thought that he had command of the entire game after he was able to work out of that first inning. A lot of fly ball outs. Franklin Gutierrez handling the majority of them. But he pitched well tonight. Double play ends up helping him out a couple of times, but he really did a nice job 113 pitches for Blake, 70 of them for strikes. Just a couple of walks, 3 strikeouts for him. 2 runs, they were earned. He is responsible for the 2 runners out on the bases right now. Pitched well. Turned the game around in the first. Could have gotten away from the Mariners and Blake Bevan, but great job of pitching.
180 swing after A's don't get anything. Mariners come back at the bottom of the second, get 5. They send 9 men to the plate. Matsui gets a ball 1 from Jamie Wright.
Jamie Wright, ERA right at 4. 45 innings pitched for him this year. 29 strikeouts. Opponents average 254.
Suzuki and Crisp, the runners. And it gets away from Olivo. Scoring is Suzuki. Crisp to second. 7-3 ball game. Wild pitch. Scores Kurt.
And Coco will move up to second base. If you look at the last pitch, almost hit Matsui in the foot. We're now starting to get interesting again.
Mentioned hottest hitting team in baseball. These A's since the All-Star break.
Nobody's been hotter than the guy at the plate.
Matsui drove in the first run for the A's and the third with a sacrifice fly. Bounces this one to Smoke, and that'll do it. A couple of runs on the board for the Athletics. An RBI and a wild pitch produced those. Blake Bevan, job well done. 7-3 as we go to the home 7th.
Seattle's premier entertainment, gaming, and dining destination. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Sterling Savings Bank. Visit one of our 178 branches or go to sterlingsavingsbank.com. Back upstairs to David Mike. You guys all stretched out?
Absolutely. I got to do it, too. Had a good workout today. You know what I'm saying, Angie? You got to stretch it out a little bit. Good to have you with us here, everybody. Mariner baseball. A lot of happy fans here. Mariners lead at 7-3. Smoke, Gutierrez, and Ichiro in home 7th against the veteran Jerry Blevins. Smoke with a base hit his last time up. Base hit to right. Entered the game after Figgins had a right hip flexor problem. Took him out of the game. Brooks closed on Bevan. 3 runs all earned with the 2 walks, 3 Ks, 7 hits and 6 2/3 innings. Big count here for Smoke, 2-1. Clemens threw a 1-2-3-6, a couple of strikeouts. That's rifled down the line, fair ball. Justin Smoak with his second hit tonight. A breakout performance in a night he was supposed to get a rest. For him, 23rd double. He's been the team leader in that category most of the season.
Well, you hope that you get it going at some point. You never know when that's going to happen. As Dave mentioned, he wasn't in the lineup originally. Sean Figgins had to go out of the lineup. And Figgins was 1 for 1 in the game, but Smoak down with a couple of hits and a walk. Get some of that confidence back. Feel good about yourself.
It's all the difference in the world. Strike one to Gutierrez. 30 an RBI double. Second inning, struck out the third, flied out to right in the fifth. Still trying to get over the 200 mark. Mendoza line, he's at 186. Broken bat. What a hop. Sogard throws him out. Smoak moves to third.
It was a good play by Sogard. Ball comes up on him. He had to change his glove. Watch this ball bounce up on him. And then last second he had to turn it over again. Able to handle it. Gutierrez out, but he will move the runner up to third. Justin Smoak at third now.
Here's Ichiro with another RBI opportunity.
A's have their infield up.
Strike one on the breaking ball. Figgins and Smoak in the 8-hole tonight have combined for 3 for 3, a walk and 2 runs scored. Might it drop in? Got a chance. It does. Ichiro picks up that run. 8-3 Mariners. RBI number 27 for Ichiro. Parachutes one in and picks up a run. 1 for 5. And that's his 27th RBI.
Dave, you mentioned it earlier. The defensive positioning a little bit different than what we've seen. And Willingham, the left fielder, playing deeper, more towards the regular left field. Typically they shade towards the line, and this helps out Ichiro. He dumps this ball down the line, picks up a base hit and an RBI.
Angels in Texas play him completely different from the way the A's are playing Ichiro. Here's Ryan. He has swung a hot bat tonight. He's got 3 hits. Broken 0 for 12. First inning with a double to right. RBI single to left in the second. And then a base hit to center in the 5th as he leads the hit parade, he and Akron.
15 hits for the Mariners.
This one popped out. Weeks will take care of it. 2 outs. Here's Ackley. 3-run triple, a double. We're in the 7th. We were talking cycle earlier, starting to run out of time here.
Yeah. Couple of outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Raised his average up to 313 now.
Best on the team. He's got the best batting average. Oliva leads in home runs and RBIs. Vitro leads in hits and stolen bases. Sweeney for the out. Vitro picks up a run. Smoke gets another hit. A lot of good stories working here for the Mariners tonight. They lead 8-3 as we head to the 8th.
The Mariners lead it by 5. Hi, friends. Angie Menting here at the Northwest Ford Sports Desk. And I think the NFL season's so close, we can probably start a countdown. Here's what's going on over in Renton. First off the top, the Seahawks are able to ink Kelly Jennings, their cornerback, and reach a deal with defensive tackle Ryan Sims. Receiver Mike Williams missed his second day of workouts with a leg strain. And remember, Seahawks All Access debuts tomorrow at 6 o'clock right here on Root Sports. Warren's going to go one-on-one with quarterback Tavares Jackson. Seems like a good guy, Dave.
He is, and say hello to Mr. Moon for me. 8-3. Thank you, Angie. Willingham leading off. Mariners with 8 runs, third time in the last 8 games they've scored 8 or more runs. They scored 8 runs in a loss at Boston, 12-8. That was against Tim Wakefield. Beat the Yankees in the finale of the road trip, 9-2. Now the 8-3 lead here. To Willingham. Took a called third strike for the first out in the first inning. Doubled to left center in the third. And fly deep to left center in the 6th. And Gutierrez has been a busy young man. He's got 8 putouts in center field today. Two.
Brian Fuentes in the A's bullpen. Left-hander going to get loose.
There's Greg Holman. Hopefully we'll see him in the next day or two. There's Brian with the Mariners for a spell some years ago. Willingham takes another called third strike, 1 out.
Good looking slider from Jamie Wright.
Yes, it was. strikeout for Jamie. And folks can text in tonight and tell us what you think of Dustin Ackley's rookie campaign. He has more than lived up to the billing. I heard so much from Tom McNamara, Jack Zarinsek, and the coaching staff, and the scouting staff. This kid can hit. He's the real deal. He's hit everywhere that he's been. And I'm not from Missouri, but I acted like I was, and then I saw him hit, and I said, "Hey, you boys were right."
Yeah, he's been something.
The real deal.
He's hitting for average, but he has 5 home runs, 4 triples already.
The 2 home runs to straightaway center field.
And the big question mark was, how's he going to do at second base, and will he be able to handle it here at this level? And yes, had no problem with that at all.
Two and one to Ryan Sweeney, who's 0 for 3.
There you go, 150 chances, just the 2 errors. Turned 16 double plays.
That's well struck. Gutierrez will track it down as it gets all the way to the fence. Sweeney with a double. Ryan Sweeney with his 10th 2-bagger of the year.
Ball was hit hard. You see too many line drives that end up in the gaps. They go all the way to the wall. Franklin Gutierrez out there, but that one does, so it'll be a double for Sweeney.
Brings up Connor Jackson. He's 0 for 3. Again, keep in mind these Athletics have been on a hitting tear since the start of the second half. Pitch. Dribbled foul. A's come into tonight's game. Major League best 316 as a team since the All-Star break. Lead the major leagues in slugging, on base percentage. Second in fewest strikeouts. Third in runs scored and doubles. Fourth in walks. I mean, they have been getting it done. A 10-6 record. This is a team that the Mariners have been at or near the bottom in most offensive categories pretty much from day one.
Oh, and that's the reason why after the 3 hits to start the game off of Blevin, you're thinking, boy, with those numbers that you just read, this could get away from him in a hurry. But made a couple of great pitches, worked his way out of it, and then cruised from there.
1-2 to Jackson.
Of course, it helps to get some run support, which the Mariners drop a 5 spot on the A's in the second inning.
One-two pitch to Jackson. Did not bite. Brendan Ryan's had a fine night. Yellow Lebo, he's got a couple of hits. Ichiro's driven in a run, scored a run. Heck of a battle here. Casper Wells, he's scored the first run, got a base hit. He's got 2 hits on the night. And Jamie Wright, he's on in relief of Blake Bevan, who went 6 2/3 strong inning, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 3 kills, 2-2. Over the 6'7" right, Ackley takes care of it and throws out Connor Jackson for the second out. 2 outs here in the 8th, and keep your eye on Going Green by riding Sound Transit to work. Visit soundtransit.org for details. There's Eric Sogard. He took over at shortstop in the 7th. 0-1 pitch. He doubled into the right field corner. 1. Sogard recalled from Sacramento on July 15th. Played at shortstop one game at third, and another one at second. Jamie Wright trying to put a closing mark here on this top of the 8th inning. He's 0-2 ahead of Sogard, who had 298 at Sacramento. A lot of foul balls. Sogard, he was leading the Sacramento River Cats in runs, hits, and stolen bases. And the A's brought him up.
Well, he's off to a good start. 4 for 13. A couple of RBIs. Hit a double his first time up in this game. And that's the other thing. The A's, is what they're doing too, and they're going to probably have some more people come up. But there are opportunities for young players. There's jobs out there. Try to win them. So we've seen Ackley came up and got off to a great start. Mariner fans are going to get a chance to watch him for a lot of years. And then this time Mike Hart comes around, and look at Mike hitting cleanup now in this lineup.
Two guys that, when we were talking to Jack Z, I want to see the Martinez kid at third, the raves they've had about him, and the Robinson kid, and then with the Chain kid. We'll see those three guys in particular.
Robinson probably sooner than later.
You know it.
I think Martinez, the young man, I think he's 20 years old in Double-A.
Right.
I don't think they're in a real hurry to rush him up here.
Robinson sounds like he's ready.
I think, yeah. So we'll probably get a chance to see him. Another athlete. Looks like he can do a lot of different things. Switch hitter. My guess is that we'll see him in September for sure.
Yeah, you look forward to the day when you can fight back with offense on a reasonably consistent basis. I mean, you're not going to see 15 hits every night, but 4 runs or more. In this league, I mean, to compete with some of the monsters you got to deal with that we just saw on that road trip.
Well, I think the thing about it is if you can get that at some level, and you mentioned 4 runs in a game and that kind of thing, especially playing here in this ballpark, as strong as their pitching is, and then you have something.
Long at bat by Sogard, 1-2 pitch. 2-2.
And the more ball players that you get, and what Jack has done since he's arrived here, trying to basically restock the minor league system. Starting to see some of these guys here either through the draft or the trades that they've made. Increase your opportunities to hit on some of these guys that are going to be productive major league players.
Pitch number 9 coming up to Sogard. Tell you what, that's going to be competitive next spring.
That's great.
I love it. Sweeney the runner, the pitch. Fly ball, right field for Ichiro. And put a stop to it here in the 8th inning. Good at bat though by Sogard. Wright wins the battle. Home 8th coming up. The Mariners impressive tonight on the offensive end. They're going to see Brian Fuentes when we come back. It's 8-3 Seattle. Petco Field. Mariners are leading 8-3. The weather's been fabulous. 23,335 on hand. Mariners on the back end of this short homestand with the Athletics will be headed to Texas a week from now. And here's a warning that they put up. You know, they like to do the wave here and other ballparks. Surgeons have determined that during doing the wave will cause tears to the my wife's going to get supraspinatus. My wife's going to get me on that one muscle, and the infraspinatus muscle from the throwing of individuals' arms rapidly into the air. In addition, any children during the wave will be sold to the circus. Do not do the wave in the ballpark. Doing the wave is safe at pro football games and Miley Cyrus concerts. Okay, have a little fun down there in Texas. I bet that shot some folks when they put that out. We're just kidding. We're pulling your leg. Come on, relax. Quick one to Mike Carp.
Brian Fuentes takes over, a 4.43 ERA. Opponent's average 258. He's given up 4 home runs this year.
As unique a style as you ever want to see.
And it looks like Brandon League will get an inning of work for the Mariners.
Off the top of my head, I think it's only like the 5th time he's been in the last 23 games or something like that. Carp strikes out on 3 pitches. 1 out. Fans' reactions to Dustin Ackley's "There it is, the future has arrived." This is Kevin in Seattle. Unbelievably awesome. Thank you, Cheryl. Future Hall of Famer. This is Tyler in Portland, Oregon. Pullman checking in, Rookie of the Year. Pure awesomeness. Medical Lake, everybody chiming in. What's not to like about what Mr. Ackley has done? I think that's three pretty good core guys right there. Ryan, Smoke, and Ackley for this Mariner ball club. There's Kennedy. I think Jack, when he was up here, mentioned the Taiwan Walker kid. I mean, he's still a pup. He's still about 2, maybe 3 years away, but he is. Everything I've heard, he's been outstanding. I think he's a AA. The Paxton kid, we just showed his numbers.
Right.
In terms of pitching. There has been a tremendous stockpile of talent last couple of years.
I heard Jack, I think when he was on the post game yesterday on the radio, and he mentioned Walker then, and he was talking about him, saying, one, that he's a great athlete to begin with, but just for a young man with great stuff, he throws the mid upper 90s, but just his ability to figure out pitching and learn things quickly and all that stuff has come a lot faster than the organization expected, and that's why he's been just flying along as young as he is. Exciting young pitcher in the Mariners organization.
Nice. Trayvon Robinson, I'm told, 1 for 3 in his debut at Tacoma. Point him north and get him up here.
You're in a hurry, aren't you?
Yeah, I saw those numbers yesterday. I was like, wow. Does everything. 3-2.
23 years old.
Robinson, 26 homers, 71 ribbies. Chang, 18 and 76.
Both of them 23.
How about that? Martinez kid, 277 with 13. Third baseman.
20-year-old.
To Adam Kennedy. He's fighting a good fight. I mentioned earlier that Pittsburgh lost at home to Chicago. That's 4 straight losses for the Buccos. They're 54 and 53 now.
I believe Derek Lee arriving was available for the game for the Pirates.
Milwaukee beat St. Louis. Milwaukee now up 3.5. And by the way, Derek Lee, not only did he arrive, he homered. Gunnar Jackson takes care of out number 2. 2 outs here in the 8th. And when you're traveling outside the Northwest this season, take the Mariners with you wherever you go. Subscribe to MLB.tv today. You'll see every Mariners game live or on demand on your computer or your favorite devices. Visit Mariners.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Here's Olivo. A couple of hits tonight, 2 for 4. He's got an RBI as well. Got a hanger down the line, foul. That 5th inning was huge. 9 men to the plate, 5 runs on 5 hits. Sprinkled in a few other runs. The Mariners have an 8-3 advantage. Left 10 men on. Felix Hernandez against Rich Harden tomorrow, game number 2 of this series, and then we'll be with you on Wednesday afternoon. 0-2. Chris coming on in a hurry, can't get it. Base hit for Olivo. How about Miggy with 3 hits tonight? 3 for 5. Good for him.
Been struggling a little bit lately. Maybe this will get him going in the right direction again. A 3-hit night. That one off the end of the bat. Able to flip it out into center field for a base hit. Give Casper Wells an opportunity to get one more at bat in tonight. He already has 2 hits in the game, 2 for 4.
Olivo came in 1 for 8 on the homestand entering tonight's game, so it's a nice boost for him. Wells can get his 3rd hit tonight. Ryan with 3 hits, Ackley with 2. Olivo with 3, 2 for Wells. Smoke's got 2. Mariners season high for hits, 17. That was on that finale at Yankee Stadium. 9-2 win tonight. Right now, Mariners sitting on 16. That hitting. Take a look at this. Not only did Wells get it, but the catcher, Kurt Suzuki, got a piece of this action. Watch this. Got Kurt on the left shoulder.
I think Kurt had the worst of it.
Yep.
Grazes the thigh of Casper and takes it right on the collarbone.
Bob Melvin coming out. The Mariners have 2 outs. Runners at 1st and 2nd. Got a minute to tell you this. Root Sports looking for the biggest Mariner fans in the Northwest. Throughout the season, we'll be going state to state to find the most passionate fans in our region. This month, we want to hear from devoted fans in the great state of Idaho. So log on right now to rootsports.com and show us what you've got. Show us why you're one of the Mariners' ultimate Northwest fans. Smoke a walk, and a single to right, scored. And a double down the left field line and score.
Good signs for Justin. Trying to get his confidence back, swinging the bat.
Drive to left center field. Coco Crisp is there, and that'll do it. To the ninth we go. Mariners looking to put this one in lockdown. 8-3. Late night BLT with Brandon Lee coming on. Go field, and for as low as $14. Families or groups of 4 to 12 can get a ticket to the next Safeco Insurance Grand Slam Family Package Day. It's coming up Wednesday. Mariners and the A's close out this series in the homestand. You'll get a hot dog and a Pepsi. Good deal, and you know your family and friends are going to enjoy it, so get your ticket today. Get it tonight, mariners.com/specials. Before you go to bed tonight after this contest, little BLT, Brandon Lee time, and he had a funny quote. What was it, the one that tickled you the other day?
Somebody, they were referencing that he was in part of the rumor mill out there with the trading deadline, and did it bother him? Was he concerned? Did he think about it a lot? He basically said, I don't concern myself with rumors. I'm thinking about is getting up in the middle of the night and having to feed a baby, which was great, I thought.
Yeah.
That puts things into perspective real quick. But that's what the veteran guys can do. You know, we heard a little bit about Adam Kennedy, too. And those guys, they know what the deal is, and they can handle it. But I thought that was funny.
Just had a baby during the All-Star break. His third daughter. Fouled off. I said, are you going for the son? No. No, I'm done. 3 girls. I'm done. Good night, everybody.
I don't think that's really up to him to make that decision. Do you?
Well, he's just speaking for. He's representing his portion of.
Okay.
his little fractional percentage of opinion that's valid in that discussion. Deep drive, left field. Wells going to watch it leave the yard. Kurt Suzuki on a 1-2 pitch. That's his 9th home run, 28th RBI.
It's an off-speed pitch. Take a look at it. Up, hanging split.
Got that one out there, 363 feet. And say goodnight to that beer. Strike one to Sizemore. Brendan making the All-Star team for the first time this year. For him. Through that one. How about the fortunes change in this situation at closer? I mean, David Ardsmet coming into the season looked like he was going to be the guy. Of course, that he suffered some injuries. League has never been a closer. He steps in. Boom,
makes the All-Star team.
All-Star.
Yeah. Was given the opportunity and he ran with it. A little hiccup in the middle, but he has been really good this year.
Two and two, the count to Scott Sizemore.
Yeah, something special, and you can't teach it, Dave, and that's 98 miles an hour. Yeah.
With
split,
movement,
yeah.
too. 2 and 2. Strike 3 called. Sizemore dismissed for the first out. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Mile Weeks as we get back to the top of the order. 1 for 4. Back up the middle, Ryan throws and gets the Speedy Weeks for the second out. We're getting used to that.
Chopper over the mound. Weeks can fly, and Brendan Ryan gets rid of it quickly with something on it. Throw him out by like a step and a half.
Young man can motor. Coco Chris. What hits tonight? A walk, stolen base. One-0 pitch. Down off the glove of Smoke. Can't find it. Ackley's there. League no. Safe is Coco Chris. So an E3.
You look at Justin goes. Ball comes up a little bit. Looked like it hit off the thumb of his glove. Ackley tried to pick him up. Might get most people, but not Coco Crisp.
2 outs. A run in on the home run by Suzuki. He's driven in 2 tonight. Here's Hideki Matsui. In the first run, back in the third. Crisp will take second. Here's a line drive, center field, base hit for Suzuki. Runners at the corners. Crisp was on the move. 10 hits now for Oakland. It's an 8-4 ball game.
He's home run leader. Josh Willingham coming to the plate. 15 home runs on the year for him.
Eric Wedd's sweating it out again. Hot hitting team, the A's, here in the second half of the season. Not over till it's over. Thank you, Mr. Barrett. Two outs, 2 on. Mariners by 4. Lead. Pitch. Matsui takes second. That'll be indifference. Ball 1 to Willingham. Twice taken, called third strike, doubled, and fly to deep left center field. Ryan throws over to first, and that'll do it. That's your ball game. Mariners win. Brandon League not exactly thrilled with his performance here in the top of the ninth, but it's a win for the Mariners, 8-4, as they now go 7-4 on the season against the Athletics. And tonight it was all about the offense. Guys were really cranking and wind up with the win tonight. It's a third win in the last 22 games.
16 hits for the Mariners tonight, and the nice news about it, early. 5 runs in the second inning. Give them a lead early. Help Blake Bevan out, who pitched well in tonight's game. He gives up 3 earned runs through the 6 2/3 innings that he pitched. But the Mariners played well and get a victory here to start this series.
Good work there.